Hey there, gamers. Part 16 of the Wii-A-Thon. And we're going to take a look at a GameCube title for this one, the only GameCube title on my list. Dragon's Lair 3D, Return to the Lair. Now, this was also made on the Xbox, and released on the Xbox here in North America. It was also released on the PS2 in like a director's cut or something like that in Europe. Published by Encore and developed by Dragonstone Studios, the only game that Dragonstone ever made. Dragon's Lair LLC, you know, the company that Rick Dyer owns. Again, the only title that Dragonstone Software ever made. And, you know, pretty much it takes, you know, the legendary, you know, Dragon's Lair pretty much has reached a spot that, you know, really I think only maybe 4 or maybe at most 5 games have reached. That's Smithsonian status. It's one of the few, you know, video games that's actually at the Smithsonian. So, where did I leave off? I'm pretty near the end, but let's see. I'm at boss, so we'll just start the game over. And you do get cool, you know, so pretty much it's the original story of Dragon's Lair, with a nice little bit of a extra story, though, which is a little bit of a twist, though, like about halfway through. When you start the game, you get a brand new animated sequence that was done by Don Bluth, and it's really nicely done. You know, it gives a nice little, you know, story as to why Dragon's Lair happened. Let me raise the volume a little bit. There's the evil wizard Mordroc, Singe, Daphne, Princess Daphne, and of course Dirk the Daring himself. So in a sense it gives an explanation as to why, you know, Dirk is going to this castle, you know, what happened to Daphne. So it's a nice little extra. There, just skip that for now. It's just, you know, the intro. So, how's it look? Well, you know, it was released, the early 2000s, you know, back when the GameCube was the, you know, viable console before the Wii, of course. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, the 3D models are not bad. The coolest thing, though, are the characters.
Dirk, it's Daphne. I can speak to you through the amulet.
And, of course, in this case, it's a different voice actress doing the voice of Daphne compared to the original game. So pretty much you move around with the left analog stick. I'm using my Wavebird. You control the camera with the C stick. If you hold R, you go into this crouch mode. Then you hold, yeah, like I said, hold L and then you can run. So you hold L and then you move to run. B is your jump. Camera's pretty, you know, the camera works pretty nicely. Ow. There you go. Jump is your B button, so you can do a running jump. You can also just do a normal jump. You can also grab onto ledges and everything. Now I kind of am running, you know, I only have so much time, so let's just continue. So, the cool thing though is if you look at Dirk, you know, the cell shading done on him is really nice. It really does make Dirk look like, you know, he's actually, you know, animated like it's from the game. It really is a really cool look. All the other like major characters, you know, the Giddy Goons, all your villains. I think even Singe gets the same look. So let me climb this ladder. Yeah, A button is your attack. There is like Zelda, they have Z targeting where you push the Z button and you target to an enemy. So yeah, if you hold Y, then you go into a first-person view, lets you look around. There's inventory. You push down on the D-pad to get your sword. You also get a crossbow, which is activated by pushing up. But of course, without the sword, you can't. When you have the sword, you can't grab anything. You can't grab ledges or anything. So you know, you're gonna have to go around, you know, de-equipping and re-equipping your weapons and stuff. So hope I can get to a villain before I run out of time. But yeah, really, in general, this is not a...
Looks like you're here, girl.
So let me get my sword out. If those of you remember Dragon's Lair, you know, this is the good old, the drawbridge scene. In this case, though, they come out to fight. I can block with X. There I go, Z targeted, so now I can move around him a little bit. Just have to get close enough. There you go. And of course, anytime you pass, like, you know, a special section, you get the good old, you know, music at the end, the dun dun dun. And, you know, they do it, they adapt, they pretty much try to adapt every scene from the game. Every, you know, every scene from the original arcade game is pretty much readapted into this game, which is really cool. So if you're really familiar with these games, you know, you really enjoy it a lot more. And there's some giddy goons, so... And yeah, you just keep attacking. You also attack the levers to make things rise. There's yeah, you hit these barrels, you know, hearts give you a little extra health. There's a bunch of, oh boy. If for people that remember Dragon's Lair might remember this. As always, just go right. You know, that's one of the simplest rooms in the game. I mean, you know, it's not one of the best, you know, it's not gonna, you know, surpass Zelda or like a bunch of other, you know, oh. See, of course, little traps all over the place. But this is still definitely a really fun little 3D platformer with some action in it, and it really does, in my opinion, it really adapts Dragon's Lair really nicely into 3D. Like I said, in America you can get the Xbox version as well as the GameCube version. You know, the Xbox version though is not. I don't believe that's backwards compatible. You know, that's not playable on a 360, unfortunately.
The monsters to retrieve.
I know I'm talking over Daphne, but you can see what she's saying. You get essences, which are pretty much like you get. Let me just pause for a second. You get the ability to float. You get the ability to shoot fire magic. You get green scaled armor to protect you against, you know, fire. And like I said, you have the crossbow, which gives you a little bit of like you know, aiming. So we get rid of these guys. And now you see I'm trying to maneuver around, and the whole, you know, library just wants to mess with you. So let's go that way. Oh no! So you have a little roll when you hold L, and you do R. You do a little roll ability. So, and nice little comical effects if you run into a wall too fast. You know, Dirk makes the effect right there. Yeah, I haven't really been able to show too much off. You know, it's not. It's, you know, I only play for like little bits at a time. Yeah. Even in my game, I'm probably only about maybe just a few hours in. It's not a terribly long game. I think it's only about like maybe 5 or 6 hours long. You fight Singe halfway through, and you think maybe that's the end, but no. There's actually a neat little. They add a little bit to the story on this one, which is nice. So sneak by, because otherwise that thing will hit me. And I'm running out of time, but I'd say give this game a check.